Hi guys, welcome back. This is our lesson 4, authentication setup, and this video is C. So in these lessons, we set up the login and registration pages. We include the bootstrap for the styling, and in this video, we'll try to register and log in the user. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's minimize this video. Okay, so this is our web applications. We have home page, we have login page, we have user page. But user page, we already set that user cannot go to user page unless it's logged in, and then there is a registration page. Let's go ahead and refresh our database as well. This is our schema, and this is our user table. So in the user table, we have name, email, and password column, which are interesting to us. This will work on later. Email verified it, and remember, don't worry about that. So let's go and check the registration page and also the registration controller. Okay, so we're using the register route here. Let's go ahead and check this on in our folder. Okay, so we have our register route which correspond to register controller and do register post method. Let's go ahead and try to submit this form. Okay, so it is going to the register controller, handle registration. Okay, so now to access this data inside the do register column, we will use the request. This is of HTTP Illuminate Laravel request. So let's try to dump all the data here. So to get all the data from the request, we can just do request all. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Okay, so name is null, email is null, password is null. So let's go ahead and write our name. Let's set up our password as well. Okay, so we got our username, our email, and password, and let's try to save this information in our database. We will create a new user. We already have a user class set up which is linked to the users table. Let's go ahead and put the table name as well. Okay, so here we'll just put user name. We'll get this name from the request name. Email. Okay, here just one thing to note here. So here we know that this password is in plain format. It's not encrypted, so we cannot save our plain password in our database. It is just not recommended. Just you cannot save your plain password in database. Just keep it in your mind. I will get to the reasoning later. No worry, don't worry about it. So to encrypt this password, we'll just use Laravel hash facade, and we'll make this password an encrypted one. Let's go ahead and before saving this to the database, let's dump this user. Let's see how it looks. Let's go ahead and let's refresh this page again. Okay, we can see the attributes here. Okay, there's Rehan Manzoor, name, email is this, and our password is now encrypted. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to register again and just remove this table. And here once the user is saved, so we'll just send this user back, return back, and with the message success message, and we'll name this okay, registration success. Okay, let's go ahead and add the code to render this message. To do that, we'll go to our registration page, and here we'll put if message equal to session message and if. Okay, so what this is doing is, so in the registration rule, when we put the width, so it actually put a key named success in the session with the message registration successful, you can now log in. And so we can get this key. It is a flash message, so we can only get it once. So once we get it, it will remove it from the session as well. So let's go here and try to do that. So first of all, our key is success, not the message. I'll go here and change this key, and we'll change this to success message. Okay. Okay, and let's put our success message here. Let's go ahead and check if registration works. Register. One at Outlook. Password, and let's go ahead and click register. Okay, registration successful. You can now log in. Let's go ahead and check the table once again and see if our user is here. Okay, so our user is here with the password here as well. So let's go ahead and try to log in this to see if it works, but we have to add the login code as well. Let's go ahead and let's first add our login code. So we'll go to app, http, controllers, and login controller. Here, let's minimize this window and let's minimize this window as well. Okay, so here we can do the login. So we'll again use the same method we used here. We'll inject the request. Actually, we'll let the container inject the request to this method. Container actually create the request object. So whatever the current request parameters are, container will create this request from those parameters and inject this request to our do register method so we can use it here. So we'll do the same here as well. Let's go ahead to login controller and we'll inject the request here. And let's dump the request first to see what is coming inside the request. Actually, request.all, we can get all the parameters that are present inside the request. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's just add a dummy email now. Okay, login. Okay, so we're getting email and password. Okay, in this video we'll stick to the very basics. So I will give you a method which you can try to log in. So for that, first we'll get the user. Let's get the email and password from the request. Okay, we have the email and we have the password. Let's find the user in the database with the same email. Okay, so we're using first or fail method. It means like if the user is not there, just throw a 404 exception. So let's not do that and just try to handle this cleanly for the first time, and later we will try to improve our code. Okay. Okay, if let's change this to model. It will be a user model. Let's put some doc code here so it is easier for the editor to actually get the properties from this. Okay, so when if not model, so we'll throw it back with error. User does not exist. Okay, and if there is model, let's check the password. To check the password, we use the hash facade, hash.check. So here we will first value is the plain password and the second value is the encrypted password. Okay, so user is not there are no properties actually added to the user. Let's go ahead and add our properties. Actually, it's a very good practice to add properties so that you can access it in your code. Actually, there is no field: username, email, password, and name, email, and password. Let's go ahead and let's go back and actually our PHP storm resolved this. Let's go ahead and put this back. If the hash check failed, so return back again and invalid password. Okay, so lastly, if now the user email we checked and also the password, now this is a legitimate user. Let's log in. So to log in the user, we just called login method of the auth facade, and we'll redirect the user to the user homepage. Redirect to route user home. Let's go ahead and check if this route exists in our web file or not. So okay, this user home route exists. Let's name it user home, Okay, now we have edited the user home route. Let's go ahead and check if it works or not. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so there is no method. Let's go. There is no error. Let's go ahead and put the error code here. So to put the error messages here, saying we'll do this if error message. We'll do end if here. We'll use the bootstrap alerts. Danger. Okay, let's go ahead and add the email again. This is a dummy email. There is no user with this email, I hope. Okay, so password is invalid. There is a user still there. Let's go ahead and now we'll put the actual email 101 at Mihan login. Okay, so we got to the user home page. So let's go ahead and try to get the this is the last thing in for this video. So we'll just get the user detail and put it on the display page. Let's go ahead and try that. For that, actually we'll go to user, we'll go to index. I hope this is the user page. So to get the user, we'll just use an auth method, user, and we'll show name. Okay, and let's put welcome user. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh this page. Okay, cool. So we can get the user here in the admin panel, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. We have covered registration and login system here. In the next video, we'll just again refactor some of the styles of this video. You can actually skip this video if it's up to you, or you can, if you want to do the styling on your own. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.